Hey Yogi, I'm Amber from the Desert Daydreamer. Welcome to today's class where we are going to be focusing on stretching and loosening the hips and the hamstrings. So if you're someone who is working on your flexibility, or if you sit for long periods of time and start to feel tightness and pain in your lower body, or maybe you're like me and you just live in a tighter body and you need to stretch often to feel good, this is going to be a great class for you. So if you do live in a tighter body, you might want to have 2 blocks on hand just to modify some poses. Otherwise, go ahead and grab your mat and maybe some water, and I'll see you back here in just a moment. All right, we're gonna begin at the back of the mat. So go ahead and bring your toes together, spread your knees out to the sides of your mat. You can bring them in a little bit closer if spreading them all the way out is uncomfortable. Inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Forehead comes down. Sit your hips back to your heels. Starting off in a gentle child's pose. And this is a great stretch for the hips. I love to do a child's pose every single day. Inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Trying to allow your hips to keep releasing further down towards your heels. And on your next inhale, let's press into the hands and come into a tabletop position with the shoulders right over the wrists and the hips right over the knees. You're going to bring your right leg out to the side. And on your inhale, let's arch the back. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. And you might not have as much mobility here. Exhale, round. That's okay. We're getting into the hips and the spine. One more time. Inhale, arch. Maybe look up. Exhale, round. And find a neutral spine and bring the right knee back in. Engage your core here, and then I want you to lift the right knee back behind you. Toes are pointing towards the ceiling. And we're going to take some hip circles. So bring the right knee towards your face, down to the mat, and back around. 2 more just like that. Nice and slow. And on your next time around, go ahead and reverse it. One more. Right knee comes down. Scoot your hands forward about an inch. Tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back into your downward facing dog. And you can walk out your dog here for a minute, bend one knee and then the other. Spread your fingers wide, your feet are about hips distance. And then let's find stillness. Step your feet in together, and let's inhale, reach the right leg back behind you. Bend the knee and stack the right hip over the left. So you're reaching your right knee towards the ceiling. Point the right toes. And then we're going to take the hip circles that we took in our tabletop in our down dog. So bring the knee towards your face, down towards the mat and back up. 2 more. Trying your best to keep your shoulders square here. And let's go ahead and reverse the direction for 3. Nice and slow for 2. 1 more. And bring the right foot back down. And let's come back into that tabletop position. And we're going to do the same thing on the left. So extend the left foot out to the side. And let's take an inhale, arch the back. Spread your collarbones wide. Exhale, round. Tucking your chin and your tailbone. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. 1 more just like that. And then let's bring the left knee back in. And then once more, bring that left knee back behind you. The left toes are pointing up. Taking those hip circles, coming towards your face with the knee, down towards the mat, and then back around. 2 more. And reverse direction. Good. Left knee comes down. Walking your hands forward about 1 inch or 2, tuck your toes and press back into your downward facing dog. Again, stepping the feet together, and inhale, lift your left leg. Bend the knee and stack the left hip over the right. Once you're there, bring that knee towards your face, down towards the mat and back. 2 more. And let's reverse. Left foot comes down. And step your feet out so they're about hips distance. Spread your fingers nice and wide, gazing back towards your thighs. Beautiful job. Inhale, let's reach the right leg back behind, bend the knee, and this time bring it into your chest as you round forward into plank and step that foot up in between your hands. Left knee comes down, untuck the toes, come up to your fingertips, and then when you've got your balance, inhale, lift up into your low lunge. Now you got a few arm variations. You can reach up with your hands, you can bring them down to your heart, or you can interlace your fingers and place your hands right over your knee. Wherever you're at, you want to make sure that that front knee is not coming over the ankle. Think of hugging your inner thighs together, engaging your core. With each inhale, finding length in your spine. Each exhale, allowing your hips to sink forward just a bit more. If you're struggling with the balance here, you can heel toe your foot out to the side of your mat a step or 2. Beautiful job. Let's inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. And I want you to walk your hands back, extend the front leg, flex the foot, half split position. Inhale, come forward into your lunge. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, come forward. Open the chest. Exhale, walk it back. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, come back. This time we're going to hold. Now, if you're struggling to reach the mat, this is a really good spot to place 2 blocks or books under your hands. Making sure that you're flexing your foot to get into the calf muscle as well as the hamstring. And you're thinking of pulling slightly your right hip back and pushing your left hip forward to keep your hips square. Beautiful job. Walking back forward into that lunge. And then you're going to heel toe your right foot to the right side of the mat, bringing your right hand to the inside of the right foot. Tuck your back toes and lift your back knee off the mat. And right here, I just want you to add a little rock forwards and backwards. Nice and easy, just inviting some motion and movement into this pose. All right, finding stillness now, bringing the back knee down to the mat, untuck the toes, and we're gonna hang out here in our lizard lunge for a few breaths. Now again, you can put blocks under your hands if this is way too much, or if you need more, feel welcome to come all the way down onto your forearms. Wherever you're at, you are doing great and you're exactly where you need to be. And this is a great place to close your eyes and really just focus on your breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out. All right, come on up to your hands if you're not there already. We've got a fun transition coming up here. So you're going to heel toe your foot now all the way to the left side of your mat. Once you're there, allow that knee to drop all the way to the right, and you're gonna come so that your weight is primarily on the right glute. And then go ahead and swing that back leg around. Reposition your seat so that you're in the center of your mat, and then bring your left ankle to the right knee, and the left knee is going to be stacked over the right ankle. So this is your log pose, and take a moment to get situated. Now, that left knee might not come down to touch the right foot. That is completely fine. This is quite an intense stretch for the hips. So wherever you're at, you might be further up than me, you might be all the way down. Wherever you're at, you are golden. Keeping a gentle flex in both of your feet to protect your knees. And you're sitting up straight and tall. Again, feel welcome to close your eyes here. If this stretch feels really intense and you feel like you need a little support, you can always put a block or a book right in between your foot and your knee. right, let's release and extend the legs out in front. Go ahead and give them a little shake to release any tension, and then cross your legs in front, plant your hands down, and let's make our way back into our downward facing dog. Good job. On your next inhale, go ahead and lift the left leg. Bend the knee, and let's step that foot up in between the hands. Back knee comes down, untuck the back toes, come onto your fingertips. And once you feel like you've got your balance, go ahead and lift up, reach up into your Anjaneyasana, your low lunge. And again, you can keep your arms reaching up. You can bring your hands together in prayer at your heart, or you can bring your hands right over top of your knee. Again, with each inhale, finding length in your spine. Each exhale, allowing those hips to sink forward a little more. On your next inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands down to your mat and walk your hands back into your half split. Flex the front foot. Inhale, come forward into your lunge, hips sink down. Exhale, take it back, half split. Inhale brings you forward. Open your chest. Exhale takes you back. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Come on back, and we're going to hold here. One more deep breath. Good. Come forward and heel toe the left foot to the left side of the mat. Both hands are on the inside of the left leg. Tuck your right toes and lift that knee off the mat, and let's take that gentle rock forwards and back. Just a couple more here. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and bring the back knee down to the mat and untuck the toes. And don't feel like you need to take the variation that you took on the other side. One side, one leg might be tighter than the other, and that is completely fine. So if you came down to your forearms on the other side, don't feel like you need to do that on this side. Again, tapping into your breath here, focusing on the inhalation and the exhalation. right. Let's come back onto our hands if you're not already, and heel toe the left foot to the right side of the mat. Getting ready for that transition again. Allowing the left knee to fall all the way to the left side of the mat, coming onto your left glute, and then swing the back knee around, or the back leg around. Reposition your seat so that you're in the middle of your mat, and then bring the right ankle to the left knee. And again, the right knee is going to be right over the left foot or ankle. Sitting up straight and tall here. You can close your eyes. And if you like, you can add a little bit of gentle pressure to that top knee. Very gentle. You don't want to force anything here. This is one of the best hip stretches in my opinion, because it not only gets into the muscles, but it also gets into the connective tissues. So we're going pretty deep here with this posture, and it's normal to feel a little bit of discomfort. So close your eyes, breathe. Try your best to relax your body. Slowly, mindfully, let's release. Extend your legs out in front of you. Give them a little shake. And then again, let's cross the legs in front, plant the hands down, and we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Looking to the top of your mat, bend your knees and walk your feet up to meet your hands. You're going to bring your toes together, little space in between your heels. Exhale, roll all the way up to standing. Inhale, reach your arms up, big breath. Exhale, folding from your hips, take a forward fold. And it's really important that you're finding length in your spine. If you like here, you can even pedal out your legs, bending one knee and then the other. And then coming back into that forward fold. Now you have an option to stay here with both feet grounded. Otherwise, I'd like you to reach your hands about a foot in front of your feet, shifting your weight forward so that it's primarily in the balls of your feet and your toes, and go ahead and lift one foot up, point the toes, and bring that heel towards your glute. Now you can use blocks here if you want to take this variation and you can't quite reach the mat. That's great. Trying your best to keep your core engaged here so you're protecting the low back. And this is really good to isolate one hamstring at a time. One more breath. And bring that foot down and go ahead and switch. Bring the foot down, so now both feet are on the mat. Bring your hands to your shins. Let's lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands down, step back into your plank position, and then lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Beautiful job. Take 2 breaths here. Press your heels to your mat. Don't worry if they don't touch. And then making your way to your knees. Scooch up so that you're a little bit closer towards the top of your mat. Bring your knees and your shins a little wider than hips distance, and then just sit down right in between your shins. Make sure that both of your knees are pointing towards the front of your mat, so you don't want them winging out. Now, if you're here and you're like, holy moly, this is intense, feel welcome to stay right here, sitting upright. If this is bothering your knees, then I'd like you to come lay down onto your stomach, reach for your heels, and pull them in towards your glutes. Otherwise, let's go ahead and come back slowly onto the forearms, stretching out the quads here. Now again, if you're here and you are feeling great, then you can come all the way down onto your back, nice and slow. And you can reach your arms up overhead, grabbing onto your elbows. It's always great to stretch out your quads because if they are tight, then they can pull the front of the hips down. So everything is connected. So whenever you want to invite more mobility or flexibility into one area of the body, it's always important to stretch out the surrounding muscles as well. We're here for 2 more breaths. You've got this. And then slowly help yourself up. Shift your weight forward, and then we're actually going to move to the back of the mat, and we're gonna take another child's pose. So toes together, knees out as wide as is comfortable. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Sometimes it's fun to end where you began, just to feel the difference, to feel how much more open your body is. And you can stay here as long as it serves you. However, if you'd like to end your practice with me, then go ahead and walk your hands in, coming into a comfortable seated position. Eyes are closed. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. And bowing your head towards your hands in gratitude for your practice today. I hope you leave your mat feeling a little bit more happy and a little more healthy in your body. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.